everybody's doing well today. Obviously, that was a tough one. You want to try to grab that first one. Credit to Southern Cal, had a really good team. Walker McDuffie's been outstanding for us. I'll put that dude right back out there tomorrow. It just happens, the game can flip. That's the beauty of baseball. But the beauty of a super regional is it is a 3-game series. And we're trying to win the 3-game series, and this ain't the first time we've lost the first game. So I told the guys, move on, flush it, like John Wooden says all the time. We're gonna wake up tomorrow, we're gonna make it our masterpiece. We're not gonna talk about what happened, woulda, shoulda, coulda. At the end of the day, their guy had a big swing of the bat, hit a grand slam. So credit to them. We got a good one going tomorrow, and Jason DeCaro. So I'm excited to get a good night's rest and wake up tomorrow and get back at it.
Start here with Rod and then go to Tommy in the front.
Scott and Erik, what's the message and mindset going into tomorrow with a must-win scenario?
Yeah, we talked about that in there, and I've drilled it in these guys' head, what exactly being process-oriented is. You don't let outcomes become distractions. We've already talked about what we're playing for, so we know that, we've accepted that, we've hit that head on. So our approach tomorrow for me as the head coach will be what we've been doing all year. You lose game 1 in a weekend series, you're gonna do everything in your power to win game 2. So that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Tommy, right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Coach hit it on the head there. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna trust our preparation. Whatever the approach is gonna be against their starter tomorrow, we're gonna dial in and do the same thing we did today actually with their starter. Get them out of the game early, get to the bullpen, and just trust our pitchers. They're studs. They've had our backs all year. They've gotten us out of bad situations at the plate. So we still trust them no matter what happened today. So we're just looking forward to tomorrow.
Tommy, then right now.
Ryan, obviously a strong outing there. You came out. What was what was working for you today? I mean, it looked like everything there early, especially.
Yeah, I think I just did a better job getting ahead and putting guys out with 2 strikes, not walking anybody.
Coach, you mentioned it, not the first time you guys have lost the first game of the series and then bounced back and sort of recovered from that. Obviously, a different scenario here with a lot more at stake, but what is it about this team that you think allows them to make that adjustment and go on and win 2 straight games to finish the series?
They've completely bought into it, to being process-oriented, to understanding what that means, and that is, we just have to play as well as we can when we're playing. We talked about, if I remember correctly, we won by a lot last year in game 1, and we didn't come out on top. So we talked about that briefly in there. If we won the game, you gotta move on because you gotta win the next one. And to win a weekend series, you gotta win 2. We just happened to lose the first one. So I just reminded them, have that short memory, move on. Your family's here, be present. Don't go pout about it, hang out with them. And then come in here tomorrow and just play.
Grace.
Brian, you were able to use your slider for the strikeout in the first inning, and then use it more the more you went through the lineup. Are we able to use that pitch as a weapon today, especially to limit those 3-2 counts?
Yeah, it was just definitely a better day. Wasn't quite as wild with it, and it was pretty consistent. So, I just tried my best to use it, put guys away quicker than last time.
Aaron, right. Good.
Yeah, I guess for you, Coach, and maybe for you too, Erik, you guys were just grinding out at bats, for 5 innings, like deep counts and like really making them work. And right after that grand slam, it seemed like 3 quick innings. Maybe, did you see anything change? Did you feel anything change? Maybe just in the offensive flow.
I definitely felt the momentum change, but I didn't feel our guys changed. Credit to their pitchers, they threw the ball well. They were throwing strikes. You got to beat them. I thought we hit some balls really hard. I thought we had some good at bats. I felt like our position players moved on pretty quick, and we just didn't find any grass or any holes. We still moved the ball, not many strikeouts. So really, anytime that happens, you got to get up off the bat because you just got smoked on the bat with a grand slam with 2 outs, and you're down by 1. You've been in control the whole game. But I felt like our guys, they just kept playing, so I was proud of that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we just kept sticking to our approach, and when we got a ball to hit, we went after it, whether it was an out or ended up being a hit. I mean, we stuck to the approach, and there's nothing you do after at least bat.
In the back right.
For Eric and Ryan, I've asked Coach this a couple times this season. I'm sure there's gonna be some fans that are gonna want to point the finger at maybe one play or one call. I'm curious to see what y'all's response to those kind of comments are.
Yeah, I mean, there's not one single person to blame for anything. I mean, some of the guys that maybe not had their best games today have been, absolutely saving our butts all season, have, they're unbelievable competitors, so, we're not placing the blame on anybody.
Yeah, we lose as a team. There's no pointing fingers, especially in the locker room. And that's why we're such a tight group. We don't point fingers at anybody. We take it as a team, and it is what it is.
Right.
Eric, you guys looked really good against Edwards today, and what do you think is the number one thing in preparation before this game that allowed the lineup to look so good? And what do you think you're going to take that same preparation into tomorrow as well?
Yeah, I just got to give all the credit to the coaches. They do their hard work. They dive into it, and we just need to trust them and buy into the approach, and that's exactly what we did today. So same thing for tomorrow. Whatever approach Coach Weers, Coach Jackson has for us, we're going to buy in and we're going to do it.
Shelby, then RL.
Just a question for both of the players, obviously, Coach Forbes sharing a little bit of what he sent you guys in the locker room, but what, if anything, did some of the, leaders, guys on the team say? What was the message from maybe if it was you, Eric, or a guy like Gavin? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, nothing is really said. Everyone kind of just understands that we just have to, let today go and focus on tomorrow. A lot of people's families are here. We're going to go spend time with our families and then get a good night's rest and lock in for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, even though we had a tough inning, we're just trying to keep fighting and stay on it and not let that beat us.
RL.
Eric and Scott, what was it about Anthony Johnson that made it so hard for you guys to maybe go against him?
I mean, he's good. He mixes. He's got a lot of ride on his fastball. He's got 2 off-speed pitches he can keep you at bay with. But again, that last inning we stumped some balls pretty hard. We didn't have anything to show for it. So I was honestly, and that starter, that guy's good, and he can strike you out. We saw that. So we leave the bases loaded, and that's just how our team is, and move on quickly, and we still find a way to score. We get him to throw 77 pitches. Andrew, he just had it going. It was battle bullpens, and they won that battle today.
Yeah, he did a good job staying in the zone. But give credit to our hitters. We hit a lot of balls hard, and we're gonna keep doing it tomorrow.
Time for a couple more. Grace.
Coach, what went into the decision to pull Lynch and go to Jockey's out?
Yeah, he was up there getting into the 90s. Walker's been so good at the bullpen in those situations all season. And he's also been really good against left-handed hitters. Well, he's been good against lefties and righties, but really good with the changeup and the mix against lefties. He threw a good 3-2 slider. Obviously, he didn't get it. He just hung a slider. So the decision, what went into it was a no-brainer. In my opinion, he had given up a home run to that hitter. And I just felt like he had done his job, and our bullpen was going to do their job.
Anybody else? Right, and last one.
Coach, with them kind of put their chips on the table and throwing Andrew Johnson out there, do you feel like you sort of have a bullpen advantage with Glauber's still out and McDuffie only threw 20 today?
Yeah, I mean, I always like our bullpen. Anytime no matter what, you go get game 1. That's exactly what they did. They got game 1. Obviously, that was big for them. They have good arms. We have good arms. So I wouldn't say we necessarily have an advantage, but I definitely believe in who we have available tomorrow to give us a good shot to win the game.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in.